The president-elect and others are taking a page out of the book of Elvis Presley, because back in 1956, he took a polio vaccine backstage at the Ed Sullivan Show to encourage teenagers to get vaccinated. Dr. Geeta Nayyar is a rheumatologist and assistant clinical professor of medicine at Florida International University. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know we talked about doing it virtually. I took your advice and did that. So I hope yours was nice as well. But talking about this, now this phase we're moving into, the vaccine phase, does it work, Dr. G, having a celebrity or a president in this case taking a vaccine in front of the public?
Well, Brianna, first, I'm glad that you didn't burst your bubble and you stayed home this Thanksgiving. Listen, let's remember who Elvis Presley was, right? He was one of the most inspiring leaders of his time. Everyone wanted to be him. Everyone wanted to look like him. People still think he's alive and want to look exactly like him, right? When Elvis Presley took the polio vaccine on the Ed Sullivan Show, people lined up for the polio vaccine like it was the newest iPhone. They were happy to do it. They were happy to wait. And they were inspired. We need inspirational leaders to help us build trust. And every one of us is inspired in different ways, right? Some of us by our religious leaders, some of us by our family, some of us have celebrity crushes. Matthew McConaughey is mine. Brianna, I know you've got one too. So let's all lean in and let's ask our celebrity partners, our community leaders, to help us build that community trust. But let's also not forget the local celebrity you should be leaning on right now, which is your local doctor. Call your doctor, set up a video visit, don't leave your home, and start that conversation about why you are perhaps debating the vaccine, debating where and when and how you can get it. Start that conversation right now with your doc.
Do you think that this administration currently and the incoming administration, do they need to have thought out a plan, like a PR strategy for ambassadors in a way that they can enlist, who people will pay attention to? You know, we're talking about Elvis, but we can think about folks who are popular to different age groups, for instance, different sports, different athletes who would be popular. Is that something they really need to be thinking about here?
It's 100% what we need to be thinking about, right? We've got a vaccine. We've got a vaccine in the works. We're going to figure out all the logistical distribution issues. We're going to manufacture everything we need to, and there might be some bumps along the road, but human behavior is impossible to change. It takes time. Starting the drumbeat now, relying on trusted partners in the community. Minority communities like to hear from minorities, right? We want to make sure that everyone feels like, one, they have someone to aspire to look to, and we want to make sure that we are also relying on our physicians. Our new Surgeon General is going to be an excellent example. Dr. Fauci, another, but let's not forget that local physicians know their local patients, their local community, and now with the beauty of technology, we have the opportunity to have those conversations at any time online, with or without insurance. So it is very important. PR, science needs a PR campaign. That is the piece that needs to be done in parallel with this vaccine.
Yeah, and with these local trusted doctors, as you point out. You brought that up before. I think it's such a good point. Dr. G, thank you so much for coming on again.
Thanks, Brianna. Thanks for having me.